The science space, the research activities that I'm involved in now as a scientist, who is a lot more interested in the business modeling and how conservation works, how tourism business works, how community livelihoods work. This is the right time to now get into the research space on how tourism recovery is going to take off. I know in the past times we've been talking more of tourism, the impact of COVID-19 on tourism. But this is a turnaround because what we are looking at in our project at this time, which is focusing on enhancing tourism recovery and sustainability during the COVID period and post-COVID. The project concept is to build a framework for recovery both in the short term and in the long term. We are going to assess the socioeconomic vulnerabilities, and our project target point is Masai Mara. We are starting with the tourism hotspots. And we are very happy that the Narok County government has taken up the concept. We are looking at three things. We are going to look at socioeconomic vulnerabilities of communities, of a private sector, the tour operators in the region, alongside what are some of the lessons learned, what are adaptive measures, what is working. Of course, we need to drop what's not working, and it needs to be known. So we are going to pick out that as we engage with the different stakeholders that will be meeting on site. We are also interested to pick out approaches towards remodeling tourism and conservation. Of course, conservation has been highly dependent on tourism. But if we can get what could have worked during the period to enhance conservation, which is less dependent on tourism, that would be a super model. We are going to engage with stakeholders. We are going to work with them on the ground. We are going to get into the field. We are going to collect as much evidence as we can so that engaging the stakeholders, then we are able to develop a framework that is able to enhance the recovery process. Of course, we are running a new model. New model is a science journalism model. We scientists communicate a lot more with the science community, but it's really time that scientists have to work with the partners, of which at this, in this project is a media partner, to create more awareness on what vulnerabilities the communities and the private sector have gone through over the period. So there's a science story, but there's also the popular media story, the simple language media story. And that's why we are marching along with the media houses, and we are going to pick up the evidence, tell the story, and that story, engaging the policymakers, engaging the private sector, engaging the local communities, then we are able to work together to create that model that's going to work to see the tourism recovery process start taking off. Of course, we say, and we are conscious, that from the science standpoint, this could not be the last pandemic, but we must be well prepared next time that we could be able to do our business, the tourism business, the conservation business, in a more innovative way.